Right, so Ranil, we turn our attention now to the politics playing out in Sri Lanka. Ranil Wickremesinghe, who was until recently the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka and had on an interim basis taken over as the President, is now the front runner to occupy that post on a long-term basis. This after three contenders had emerged in the race for the presidential position in Sri Lanka following the resignation of Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Ranil Wickremesinghe, by the way, is a solitary member of parliament belonging to his party in the Sri Lankan Parliament. There were two other contestants, which was Dallas Alaha Peruma of the ruling SLPP, as well as another contender, Anura Kumara Dasanayake, who's part of the Marxist Party. But now Ranil Wickremesinghe has emerged as the new president of Sri Lanka. It'll be really interesting to see how this plays out, because the protesters who'd been in fact voicing their opposition to Gotabaya Rajapaksa had also wanted to see the back of Ranil Wickremesinghe, but he is now confirmed as the presidential frontrunner on a long-term basis. Amita.
Absolutely, because the presidential vote, that was a three-way contest with Rajapaksa's successor set to over a bankrupt nation that is battling severe food and fuel shortage. And the front runner was the topmost, was the acting president and six-time former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. So, Priyank, there have been vociferous protests against Ranil Wickremesinghe. How do we see it playing out now?
Yeah, certainly it's up to the protesters, because what we are getting from the announcement which has been done inside the Parliament by the Parliament General Secretary, that Ranil Wickremesinghe will be swearing in as the 8th President of Sri Lanka. He has got around 134 votes out of 225 strength which is there in the Parliament. So that's a breaking input which we are getting in, that amidst all the protests and all the public outrage which also started against Ranil Wickremesinghe soon after he was made the Prime Minister, after he was handpicked by Gotabaya Rajapaksa, and soon after Gotabaya Rajapaksa fled the country, Ranil Wickremesinghe contested being backed by the SLPP, which is the ruling party here in Sri Lanka. SLPP has 145 member of parliament, and they were also supported by 5 of the member of parliament from other party. But interestingly, SJB, the prime opposition party here in Sri Lanka, had also done cross-voting, and many of the member of parliament have also done cross-voting in favor of Ranil Wickremesinghe. So the total count which has gone in favor of Ranil Wickremesinghe has come up to 134. So that's a breaking input which we are getting in. Above that, we also saw that how Dallas Alaperam had also said that there will be many members of the parliament from the SLPP, from the party from where he belongs to, and from the party where he had contested elections for the member of parliament, will be also coming out and voting in favor of Dallas. But that could not happen. And just now there has been an announcement which has been done inside the parliament by the secretary of the parliament secretary, who has stated that Ranil Wickremesinghe has got around 134 vote, and 84 vote has also gone in favor of Dallas Alaperam. Rest of the vote could have gone to Anura Kumara, who has also contested as the third prime candidate. But interesting turn of development which is coming out. But if you look at the manner in which the protest has been happening here in Sri Lanka, and the oppose which has been coming out against the name of Ranil Wickremesinghe, it's going to be very tough. That's why all these heavy security is being seen on all the 3 roads which are leading towards the parliament, and that is the most important thing. Many people are still going inside the parliament, and we exactly don't know that who they are, but any member who is holding a valid pass to go to the parliament is only allowed for the stretch of the road which goes for 1.5 kilometers.
Right,
And
Priyank,
then the parliament...
let me just interrupt you.